Yo, what's up? It's Nick here with some raw day trading. Today I am down $1,800, about 1750, and we're gonna go over some trades that I did and that kind of affected that. First one here is on the left, on the level two. This is the far top left level two. WCT is the ticker name. It was a gap down kind of bounce, dead cat bounce. I gave it too much faith. I thought it would be a little bit more solid than it was. Out of the open here, it was looking like it was kind of consolidating up high. And this is the context while we're watching level two for what I was looking at. Problem is it kind of broke a channel right here. If you look at it like that, it was kind of consolidated here heavy, and then there's going to be definitely sellers that are going to sell into that. I have half an eye on Bitcoin. It kind of tapped highs in the middle of the night, or tapped 100K in the middle of the night. I'm thinking it's going to go here. I'm trying to get off the computer because my risk parameters are just high right now because I'm kind of irritated, but it's all good. I would have rather spent that 1700 on a laptop or something, but say la fucking V. Anyways, so we're here going into the open. WCT is what I was looking at. I had one good trade on it. Not the first trade, but the second trade was decent on it. See it here. Sellers lining up. So that was my bad trade. I jump in one more time. I get a decent fill. Able to hold it for the pop higher. Could have held it for just a second longer. But it was a gap down reversal, or gap down, or dead cap bounce. Basically, it had gone down all day. I was trying to do it as a sympathy to SKK, which is this other name, sort of similar structure. It was a Hong Kong stock. This was a Singapore stock, or vice versa. Both recent IPOs, both really small IPOs, both super volatile. This QUBT looks like it wants to go. So that was, and then the trade that was not good was this right here. So I made some. I had a close call right here where the bottom dropped out and I got filled nicely. And then I get back in. I get kind of a slippage fill. It holds underneath my position. Should have cut it right there. But I held for a second thinking it would bounce back up to 20s. And then I cut it right here, getting filled at 7. Oh no, at 204 and 205. Wow, I thought I got filled at 210. That was a nasty experience. Was that slippage? Did I get slippage there? Is that what that was? Or was I just slow on the cut? No, actually, it filled me better than it looked, honestly. I was just slow. Okay, well, c'est la vie. Now that puts me down 600 right there. And then now I'm like, well, that sucked. How about this JTAI? I get, so it pops up here and then dips down, and I put a limit order out under 8. thinking that it would bounce as it's like just consolidating here from this one, from this candle. And I'm like, what do I do now? It kind of tested high, and now it's way below, and now it's like, do I cut it here? Or do I wait for a second? I waited for a second again, and then it just kept going lower, and I was like, fuck, I have to cut this. And I end up getting out. I get out at not a terrible price, 58. But that was a $700 loss right there. Yeah, $673 loss. A little bit more than I would have liked. A lot of bit more than I would have liked. But I felt like I had to hold it to give it time to make itself happen. Looking back on it, let's see what I could have done. One, I could have been focusing on it for longer. All this stuff was happening in a very short period of time. I've been able to get away with just kind of indiscriminately buying some stuff, and it just goes up. Like, that looks semi good, but it seems like now we're getting into a market where it's more you got to be more tactical on it. I thought that was actually a really good position. That's why I was more willing to hold it, but it's kind of holding down low here, and then that keep consistent creep lower. Even though it was fast, I mean, it's the open. I should have been ready for that. But I didn't really get in at any buyer either. I kind of just got in at a number. It didn't really pause. It was a chart setup, so that was another thing to know. Like, take one more watch of it. Okay, so pops up to this kind of zone here of resistance, reverses back lower. I thought the reverse was kind of overdone, but it was more of like a teleport, and there was no real orders there, and it was just a number that popped lower. It didn't like pause for a second. I thought it was a great position, but it just kept going lower. I should have cut it right there under 75 and taken my loss. Did not. Made a little bigger, and voila, down now 1200, 1300. I make a little back somewhere, and then I give it that back. WCT was kind of moving around. I kind of cut the loss on VRPX. And then I eventually put VRPX up here. Actually, VRPX was like the one I was closest to being decently green on. But I was very timid on it. I did not like the setup. I did not like how it like pops high, pops a lower high, and then is again trying to pop high. And I just thought I was late to the game, which in a sense I was, but I wasn't really playing it as aggressively as I could either. So a little bit of both. It was the open. Things could have happened, but I was trading it pretty cautiously. I don't even remember how much I'm down on it, but I think I lost maybe $20 to $60 on it, something meager, but I was pretty well controlled on it. Fast forward here to JTAI. I try one more, but I just have like a scratch trade on it. SKKK, I try one thing somewhere and take a $60 loss. And then this DEVS ends up being the devil. My devil that I'm... Okay, so this was really the trade. This was the dip out of the open. It just opens lower. That should have been where I was getting in. First trade. In for the test higher. So I'd be in right there. And holding. holding, not liking it, getting out, then being jealous that I got out, and then the next trade, where would it come? Maybe right there. Ooh, I'll be sketchy. I'd be getting out right around there. This one was pretty wild. I think a lot of people were rushing in to find whatever for their salvation because the morning was very tricky. It was a super tricky morning. And a lot of traders were just rushing around and throwing big share size at everything. Yours truly included. I was definitely complicit in those types of trading actions. And then sorry, I'm just looking at stuff, seeing if anything's gonna go. And so, okay, so here's where I start trading it. Let's see what I did wrong, what I did good. So it's already signaling lower. The dip should have already happened. Or I should have already been in or something. I don't know. What am I thinking? I'm not sure what I'm thinking here. Maybe I'm waiting for this candle to close. Okay, so that's too high volume and too tight. I feel like I want to wait for an expansion here. Do I? No, I would not have got back in logically thinking about that. I would have waited. I was too eager to chase it high there. And then I was too slow to cut here. I should have honestly cut there. And then I cut low. Getting filled for almost 8 cents. No, 6 cents. 6.5 cents. My size was small, but okay, so now this is actually a decent place to take. Now that this extension has happened, I'm looking for back to 99, but I'm also chicken shit at the moment. I don't want to take another loss because that was a bad position on my first one, and so I think I should have just held that with the stop at the lows and just accepted the outcome of that. Oh, and I make the slippage on this one, I think. Let me see. I gotta see here. Yeah. No. How could I see if I made the slippage or I just got a bad fill? No. Fuck. Ugh. I chased it. I chased it instead of anticipating it. All right, so a lot of errors today. I was up late last night. Here's the excuse part of it. Yeah, fucking filled high on that shit. I was up late last night till like 12 with friends who were over for like a Friendsgiving. No drinking or anything, but and a really heavy workout. So mentally, I might not have been as equipped to handle all this nonsense, and I should have adjusted for that, whether it was size or just not trading. So this is kind of where I make some mistakes. I could have taken another L here, but I hold it. It's fine. It actually ends up going higher. The worst position actually gives me more confidence for some random reason. I have to look at that. Yeah, so that was not a good trade, and I think I'm going to take one more FOMO trade here as it starts pushing higher. Let's see how this goes. I'm still distracted, bouncing between stuff, looking at other charts. I probably should be 1,000% focused on DEVS because it is sort of in line here with what is the theme. Yeah, I don't think I think the next trade's a scratch or something. Or it's $100 loss, whatever. Because it's a stupid trade. Deserves to lose $100. Okay, SKK. Actually, no, this is the next trade. SKK pops up above my position for a second, then immediately reverses, and then I have to cut it. I end up holding it, actually. Giving it a second, but it doesn't end up going. And then SBFM pops in out of nowhere, and I actually get a decent position on it. It was very difficult at first, and then I get this trade here. So like I lost a couple bucks on it, and then this trade right here. I don't know. No, this trade I go break even, I think. It was just kind of wild and spinning around and not really. I didn't really get good understanding of it, I guess. That one I took for break even, and this one I was like, oh, now it looks like it's actually going to go. So I was like, okay, I'll take a risk here. I get filled, and then I take a loss there immediately thinking it's rejecting, but it's not rejecting. Get right back in, and it's super high now. And I'm like, okay, this thing's going to run. It's going to pop above 314. And so at this point, I'm up, I don't know, 10 cents on it, and 13 cents. And I think it pops ahead. I throw out an order. I apparently throw out an order to go short, too, because I threw out 2 orders on the ask, which is not good. And then I take that positive 10-cent trade ends up being a 5-cent loss. And that puts me about where I'm at for the day. And, just sometimes you hit it aggressively and it hits you right back. And that's the today's theme is smacking back. I had a couple good weeks. And then this week I was up 1,000 and now I'm down 700 total on the week. 750 maybe. I don't know. That's about that. But all that to say is day trading is risky. Day trading is hard. Most people lose money. I occasionally lose a significant amount of money, although 1,700 isn't that much, especially compared to the size and to how I was trading today. I was kind of in queue to like make 1,000. I had pretty good hit ratio already this last couple weeks. And I had been able to dig myself out of holes, which gave me the confidence to keep trading, even though it didn't end up working out. So don't risk money you can't lose. Don't trade in a simulator before anything. Day trading is a very difficult thing to do. Everyone is trying to fuck you. Just understand that. And I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for watching. That's another alarm. It says take a walk if nothing's happening. All right. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Thanksgiving's coming up. And next week tends to be a little bit more wild because a lot of the big short sellers are out of town on vacation. So whatever you do, mind your risk. And that's it for me. Peace out.